Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kiera Simone. I have a question for you. Have you ever left a friend or a group of friends that felt like something was off? Feeling like maybe, hey, I don't think they actually like me, or I don't think this person actually considers me a friend, even though I consider them one. Well, I've been there a multitude of times. Just giving a quick story. Kind of embarrassing, actually. There is a time where two of my friends were talking and they were talking about something that involved all of us. So I chimed in. I thought maybe they didn't hear me because they didn't even look my direction. They just continued on with the conversation. I proceeded to say the same thing again and they proceeded to continue on with their conversation. I said it again, and I felt like, have you ever watched a movie where there was like a ghost who didn't know that they were a ghost, and they're talking to the people who's supposed to know them, and they're like, hey, you know me, hey, what are you guys doing? So you can't see me? That's literally how I felt. Like, I felt like a ghost who didn't know that they were a ghost, and they kept trying to be like, hey, they kept trying to, get the person's attention, but the person never looked their way. Like, I think I repeated myself maybe 3 or 4 times, and eventually I just walked off. It was actually after a meeting. I had just walked off and then I went home. And I don't even know if they talked to me that day. We've never discussed it, but it was like extremely embarrassing. And I think at that moment I felt like, okay, am I really a part of this friendship? Like, am I important? Is my voice actually important? But I kind of continued on with the friendships for, I think, 1.5 years after. And now you probably guess we're no longer friends. And I actually feel like leaving the friendship was a great decision for a multitude of reasons. But right now we're just going to discuss that feeling that your friend may actually not like you. So I think the first way to kind of recognize that is when the behavior changes, or when you notice a vibe, like a shift, kind of looking at their body language, like when you're talking to them or you're around them kind of not including you in things, them not really paying attention to what you're saying, not active listening, even you talking to someone and you kind of feel like they're not listening, they're tuning out. And I think that we all do that sometimes, our mind is heavy with things, but it's that feeling of, wait, they really don't care. And this is a pattern. They don't care what I'm actually saying. Like, I've been there where I'm like, okay, I kind of feel like my voice is small in this group of people, or my opinion or my thoughts aren't taken seriously, but they kind of take everyone else's thoughts and opinions seriously, and they actively listen to them, but you're kind of just like passing in the wind. Yeah, that can kind of be an eye opener. Also, the treatment pattern, feeling like you're not included. I've been in friend groups where I don't think in friend groups that you always have to be invited. Sometimes the friend groups go from like 5 and 2 kind of have more in common, and they go on and they do this knowing that the other 3 don't have the same thing in common. Sometimes it's okay. I mean, it's okay to have those friend groups where you might venture off with one person because you have a close relationship with them. I think that's kind of normal. But when it's a group of 5, you're including this group of 5, and it's always the 4 of them doing things and not you, then that might be a clear inclination that, hey, these people might not like you, or this person who consistently invites these other girls or these other guys or these other group of friends as a part of the group, and they exclude you, that might be something showing you that they don't like you. I've actually been in that scenario where it was a group of us and I was kind of like excluded a lot. Come to find out, the other people had disclosed to me eventually that the person kind of did not like me, although they did not say anything. So yeah, I think it's having that pattern, feeling like your voice is small, feeling like you're not included, and things, feeling like you don't matter. Even those friends who has those jokes specifically for you that are like hurtful jokes, but then they make it seem like it's just a joke, like it's not serious, but it's hurtful. Like those ones who kind of dig deep. I think even friends who joke too much about you, kind of side eye them and kind of, I mean, because there's a difference between this is their personality and I'm kind of the butt of all of their jokes, especially in front of people, kind of saying things that just isn't nice, especially if it's like personally about you, personally about your character, how you look, your appearance, the things you say, how you talk. I mean, there's so many instances where you may feel like, okay, I don't think this person genuinely likes me because their jokes hit below the belt, or their jokes are making me feel like uncomfortable. Maybe you voice that and they continue on, or they joke intentionally, you feel like, when you're around other people. So going through these things, I have asked myself, why did I stay in these relationships longer when I knew they probably didn't like me? I think sometimes we may stay in friendships longer than we intended to. Fear of starting over, because I feel like finding friends is kind of like dating. It is this extensive process and it kind of can sometimes feel like, wow, and I have to start over. I built this friendship for these many years and I have to start over, and it can be scary. And you have to open yourself up and be vulnerable to other people. Or you may stay in a friendship knowing that they don't like you, hoping that the relationship will improve, hoping that they'll maybe see the error of their ways, hoping that maybe it's just you, it's a you thing, feeling like, okay, maybe my gut is just steering me in the wrong direction. Maybe this isn't true. Or having history with that person. Like, it can be hurtful, scary when you leave a friendship or you feel like that this friendship is something that's one-sided, or it isn't real, or feeling like that they don't like you because of how much history you all have. I used to have a friend where we knew a lot about each other, like a lot. And you know, that care was deep for that person. But I kind of kept getting that feeling like, I don't think that this person actually likes me. I don't think they actually want to be around me. I kind of feel like I'm just here. I felt misunderstood. I felt like I was constantly defending their actions to other people. So yeah, it could be that history. It's a lot of things that can factor in on why we choose to stay in friendships when probably it's not the best decision for us. Now, if you've gotten to this point and you're like, okay, I know this person, or I know a person, or I know these group of people, or I know a multitude of people who may not like me, it's maybe time to leave. It's maybe time to leave. And leaving calmly is, I think, the best choice, especially if you have communicated these feelings towards them. I one time did communicate these feelings towards these group of people. I was saying, I really don't feel included. I don't feel like you all like me. I feel like you guys are kind of like tolerating me being here, and these are the reasons. And it was brushed over. It was, hey, this is all in your head. It was, I don't know why you think that. And then we ended up being friends for another 2 years, and I felt the same way throughout those 2 years, and I finally just calmly left the friendship. I think even communicating why this friendship may no longer be working out for you all, for you both, kind of just explaining that. And sometimes it really is just leaving, just calmly leaving, maybe slowly leaving, communicating why you're leaving. Depending on the person, sometimes you just have to cut them off. Also, realizing that you trust yourself. Getting to that place where you trust yourself. Because I think sometimes we do doubt ourselves in multiple situations, even when our body is telling us this is not right. And I think it's so important to listen to our bodies. Our body will realize something before our mind even catches up. Now, if you feel misunderstood, feel excluded, feel small, feel unheard, feel your nervous system like acting up when you're around a person or around people, feeling like, okay, this person kind of feels like my enemy rather than my friend, then actually listen to your body, listen to yourself, and trust yourself, because I think that is important, trust in ourselves, because ignoring it can be doing way more damage to us than leaving. So hopefully something resonated with you. I will kind of continue on this track of friendships, relationships, listening to ourselves, our body, our mental health. So if this resonated with you, any part, like, share, comment. I would love to hear from you. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye.